Also tonight, in the last 2 hours, President Trump posted this on social media saying Maryland leaders are not doing enough to address a sewage spill impacting the Potomac River.
D.C. Water says it's been a week since they've had any reports of raw sewage spilling into the Potomac, but we know more than 240 million gallons of it went into the water before crews could stop that leak.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Our Matt Gregory is live near the D.C. Wharf tonight. So, Matt, what is D.C. Water saying about this and the cleanup?
I mean, one of the first things they've been quick to say every time, Lorenzo, has been that none of this is affecting drinking water so far. The latest report that we've seen is that all the pumps are running right now at the actual sewage pipe break. And so right now, D.C. Water doesn't believe there will be any more seepage into the Potomac River. But for the last week or so, many of us, and maybe you at home have talked about it too, we've been hearing more and more about people's concerns regarding the sewage leak into the Potomac River. And many people are concerned, they're outraged, but at the same time, they're also concerned about what this will all look like when people want to get back out onto the water in the spring. Along the D.C. waterfront, sewage concerns aren't rolling off backs. Not for these Texas tourists in Georgetown.
We were a little cautious about coming out here today, knowing that there was a spill, and worried about what that impact would be to people down here.
Down at the wharf, D.C. locals say they might not be able to see the 240 million plus gallons of sewage in the river, but
when I drive to work, I can smell it when I cross that bridge over there.
Further upstream in Montgomery County's Cabin John, 4 new pumps run round the clock. As D.C. Water reports no new sewage spills over the last week, all the wastewater from Loudoun and Montgomery counties now diverted into the C&O Canal at the break.
I see them working over there. It looks like they're working really hard, so I don't know what else they can do.
The work left to do. In the next few weeks, D.C. Water says it will have fixed the break in the Potomac interceptor that started this whole mess. But the long-term replacement of the wastewater pipe will take months.
We should put signs up and let people know so people could be more aware of what's going on.
Along the river near the break, you'll find these signs that say do not touch the water, and this means for pets too, and they remind you to wash up if you do. And that's because water samples have found high levels of E. coli and antibiotic-resistant bacteria.
That would make sense. Yeah, put signs out, tell people not to get in.
But along the D.C. waterfront, some folks say they'd like to see them here, if not now, then at some point after the ice melts.
Obviously, they're not going to do it right now because it's cold, but when it warms up, people will be in the water.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a beautiful scene, right? All the sun kind of just hitting right on top of the ice and melting it. But hey, that's another part of the concerns that people have had, because as the ice melts here on the Potomac River, what will that mean for the bacteria? Will that mean that the thawing will push it further, faster down the river? Will that reactivate some of the bacteria? These are many of the questions researchers have had going forward with this sewage spill. A reminder, like I said at the top of all this, the water you're drinking at your home, that's safe to drink according to D.C. Water, but there is still enough concern about this spill further south of here, and that's why Maryland has put sort of a precautionary measure of a pause on harvesting shellfish as well as blue catfish. But as testing goes through, we expect Maryland officials to lift that temporary pause in the coming week or so. So we'll get that information for you when we get it, or at least when they make that available. But for now, at the D.C. Wharf, I'm Matt Gregory. Back to you.
Yeah, glad to hear the drinking water is okay, but this is a significant issue. It's going to take a while to get all cleared up, Matt, as your reporting defines. Thank you.